the way he loves her, a man's silent truth. He never said it out loud, not in the way people expect. No grand speeches. No public declarations. No Instagram posts tagged with love quotes. But if you paid attention to the silence between his words, you'd hear it. If you noticed his small, unspoken gestures, the way he looked at her when she wasn't watching, the way he adjusted his world to make space for hers, you'd understand one thing clearly. This man was truly in love. Chapter 1: The difference between want and love. When Daniel first met Maya, it wasn't love at first sight. It was quiet interest. She was sitting across from him at a friend's gathering, deeply immersed in a conversation about something he didn't even understand, social patterns, psychology, or maybe something spiritual, but what struck him wasn't what she said. It was the way she meant it. Her eyes were alive. Her hands moved like they were dancing. Her voice had a conviction that made him lean in, even though she wasn't speaking to him. And that night, he didn't go home thinking, "I want her." He went home thinking, "I want to know her." Psychology says when a man is truly in love, his desire shifts. It's not just physical attraction or admiration. It's curiosity. It's wanting to understand who she is when no one's looking. That's how Daniel felt. He wanted to know her, not conquer her. Chapter 2: His behavior started changing. There's a strange thing that happens when a man falls deeply in love. Psychology calls it behavioral synchronization. He starts aligning parts of his routine with hers without even realizing it. Daniel didn't change who he was, but suddenly, Maya's world started influencing his. He'd never cared about poetry. But he started reading Pablo Neruda just to understand why she loved his verses. He never watched documentaries. Now, he had 3 in his queue because she once mentioned her fascination with oceans and civilizations lost to time. He even found himself remembering the little things, her coffee order, the book she had on her nightstand 3 weeks ago, the fact that she liked silence more than noise when she was anxious. He didn't try to impress her with flashy gifts. Instead, he showed up. With presence. With attention. With effort. Psychology says when a man is in love, his focus narrows. The dopamine rush of excitement doesn't scatter, it centers on her. Daniel's friends noticed. He wasn't disappearing from his life, he was reorganizing it. Chapter 3: He protected her peace. True love doesn't always look like passion, it often looks like protection. Not in the controlling sense. Not in the "I'll fix everything" way. But in the quiet way a man listens to the tension in her voice and adjusts his own energy so she doesn't have to carry more weight. One evening, Maya walked in with a heavy heart. Work had been draining. Life felt overwhelming. She didn't say much, just flopped onto the couch. Daniel didn't ask questions. He simply sat beside her. Turned off the TV. Put his phone away. And let the silence breathe between them. His hand found hers. He didn't ask her to talk. He just stayed. Psychology says when a man is truly in love, he learns emotional safety. Not because someone told him to, but because he wants her to feel seen, even when she can't explain what she's feeling. Chapter 4: He took off his mask. Men are often taught to hide their emotions. To be strong. But love dismantles those walls brick by brick. Daniel was no different. His past was filled with armor, sarcasm, deflection, busy schedules and silence. But with Maya, he started showing cracks in that armor. He told her about his father, how he never felt good enough, how he secretly feared failing even in small things, how he once cried alone in his car after a promotion, not from joy but from exhaustion. He told her things he hadn't told anyone. And he wasn't trying to gain sympathy. He was simply being real. Psychology says when a man is in love, he starts trusting with his vulnerability. Because real love doesn't make a man weaker, it gives him permission to stop pretending. Chapter 5. He let her be free. One day, Maya mentioned an opportunity abroad, something she had dreamed of for years. Daniel's heart dropped for a second. But then he said, "You have to go." He meant it. Not because he didn't want her close, but because he didn't want her to shrink to stay. Psychology says when a man truly loves, he chooses her growth over his comfort. He didn't try to hold her back. He didn't make her feel guilty. He helped her plan, looked for flights, and told her she would shine. And when she cried the night before leaving, unsure whether she was doing the right thing, he said, "You don't need to prove anything. Just be you. That's more than enough." Love doesn't chain. It cheers. Chapter 6. The Silent Language of Love. Maya came back months later. She wasn't the same girl who left. She had grown, wiser, bolder, a little more guarded, but still her. Daniel didn't try to pick up where they left off. He met her again, like a stranger in love with a familiar soul. And Maya, now wiser with distance, noticed what she hadn't seen before. How he always waited until she was inside before driving off. How he remembered her mother's favorite flower and sent it on her birthday. How he never made her feel like she owed him anything for his kindness. How he never needed to say, "I love you" for her to feel it in her bones. Because the truth is, when a man is truly in love, he loves her in the quiet moments. In the absence of drama. In the spaces in between. Chapter 7. No grand ending. There's no dramatic proposal at the end of this story. No cinematic kiss in the rain. Just two people sitting under a streetlight, sharing a cup of coffee on a bench that had no name. Maya looked at him and asked, "Why did you wait for me?" He smiled, not with his mouth but with his eyes. And said, "I wasn't waiting. I was just loving." Because when a man is truly in love, it's not something he shows. It's something he becomes. Thank you for spending this time with us. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Don't Give Up. Let's continue exploring life's challenges and insights together.